the mailman, a nice man. His squeaky shoes bring you good news. Everything is better everywhere. Rain or shine, he always wears a great big...
All right then, Schnozzolamail. Here we go. Got a big one for you, Nostril Heads. Someone paid a lot of money to ship this all the way to Canada. And that someone is Cosmic Lion Productions. So let's try to open this without opening my hand. So far we've managed to avoid a bloodbath on Schnozzolamail. Let's see here. Oh, hey, thanks! We got a note here from Cosmic Lion founder Eli Schwab. Thanks for taking a look at the book. Hey, thank you, Eli. This isn't actually a book by Eli, although he does print his own stuff there too. But maybe I'll take a moment to shill for Schwab and Cosmic Lion Productions here, because this is a great indie/outlaw comic publisher that's really been making waves as of late. You can go to their website and buy some books and grab some original art. They also have a deal with Diamond Distributors now, so go ask your local comic shop to get on the Cosmic Lion Productions train. A couple of books I've had my eye on from them are the collected Wait, It Gets Worse from fellow mad idiot Gideon Kendall, written by Doug Latino, and this Family Fun Comics number 18 that reimagines the ridiculous Golden Age Fletcher Hanks comic character Stardust the Super Wizard. Looks really neat. So check out Cosmic Lion Productions. You'll find the link in the show description. But what they sent me today, I'm really excited about because it's Bob Fingerman's new book, Printopia. Printopia. I've been reading Fingerman since before I could read, really. You know, he was in Cracked in the late 1980s as part of the Mort Todd wave, I believe, along with Dan Klaus, Rick Altergod, and Bill Ray, to name a few. And all that stuff was being reprinted heavily in the early 90s when I was a little cracked head. Ooh, this is a really nice heavy book. It's insane this is only $25. What do we got here? Some blurbs. Oh, Noah Van Sciver, Weird Al Yankovic, Matt Groening. Those are some top tier blurbists right there. So, like I was saying, I was Fingermaned in Cracked when I was a little kid. But later on, we were actually in Mad at the same time. I don't know why I grabbed this one. I'm barely in this issue, just the one little strip there. But Bob was brought in by Bill Morrison when Mad Magazine made the move from New York to Burbank and rebooted the franchise. Fingerman had a couple of ongoing series that appeared in there. He had Boonies, Burbs, and Bergs, that was one, and Lukey and Mukey here. His Mad work reminded me a bit of Monroe by Barbieri and Bill Ray. We look at that quite a bit on Potter ZB podcast. But let's take a step back here, because during the late 90s, Fingerman had a semi-autobiographical series called Minimum Wage that was collected in this book in 2002, Beg the Question, from Fantagraphics, which is where I first saw it. There was always a lot of gratuitous nudity and sex, and that certainly endeared me to him. But this was also a formative time for me. You know, I was striking out on my own, and here's Fingerman doing these stories about hip young creatives struggling with love and low-paying service jobs. It was relatable. This one here, Connective Tissue, this is from 2009. This is more of an illustrated novella than a proper comic. It's kind of a Clerks meets Alice in Wonderland, but very Lovecraftian. I like the tentacle numbers and the chapter heads especially. More recently, I have Dottie's Inferno from 2021. This is about a good person who ends up in hell for being a sex worker. And she has to work as an administrative clerk, so it's kind of Beetlejuice-esque in that sense. It's a lot of fun, and I think it was serialized in Heavy Metal. That's who published it anyway. I really like the all-over pattern on the inside cover here. And now I've got Printopia, which pretty much just came out. And I said it before, but this is a big old boy. We've got some lovely end pages. That's always a nice touch. And whew, that's some heavy paper. You could slice some salami with that one. Watch out. Okay, so right off the bat, there's this familiar big-tittied goth girl in pigtails. Looks like Dottie from Inferno or Darla from Connective Tissue. Either Fingerman's got a muse or he's got a type, you know? Lovely artwork, and man, this large format really showcases it. Seems monotone mostly, but there's a pop of yellow on the narration box and some other bits of color here too. Keep in mind, this is my first impression of the book, and I'm seeing it along with you, Nostril Heads, so I'm just kind of going to be guessing at the plot here, but there might be some spoilers. This Rubenesque cow chick is the second little floating pootie we've seen now. I don't know if they're tulpas or demons or something. I wonder if there'll be a through line throughout the book. These panels, oh, big diner scene. That looks good. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, there's another one of those things. Yeah, this looks great. I'm really excited to read this now. Oh. I thought this was a bearded lady for a second. It's just her hair from the side. It's kind of the bleak monotone color here. Got some cutaway walls. Patrick will love that. I'm really enjoying the color changes through this and the pops of color. I mean, look at these pink uniform shirts. Fingerman is really mired in themes of wage slave, you know, service industry, retail drudgery, and oh my. This is a jarring shift to all this pen and brush. There's more hard blacks and less value. This guy's great Gazoo is like a little superhero guy. The tone literally shifts with each character. It's a nice touch. Okay, so it looks like they work in like a print shop, like a Kinko's in this one. I guess that's the shitty service industry job this story is centered around. Hence the title, Printopia. Now, this broad schoolie, with its flat colors, really contrasts with the washes of value. And I'm really enjoying these wide panoramic panels, stacked 4 on a page. I've said it a couple times now, but this is quite a large book. Hold on a second. Okay, so if you compare this to a typical size comic, you can see just how beefed up this book is. And Fingerman is using a layout that complements that scale and really lets the art breathe. I mean, just look how much you can luxuriate in the details here with this little barn diorama and her gross-ass bed. And the half bunny with its guts falling out is so disturbing. It's chef's kiss. It's a joy to see. I mean, just look at the contrast between these two characters. And he's cut the background out of this panel, and so all the negative space really draws your focus. So I'm gathering that the story follows these different characters that are making books and zines and stuff at the print shop, and the demons are like their creative spirit manifested. Again, with the pink work shirts, I really like that touch. You know, I've worked a lot of the shit jobs that show up in Fingerman's books. I worked a couple of print shops, and with the familiar elements like the voluptuous goth chick, you know, I'm really excited to read this one. It feels like going home reading a Fingerman book. Like I said, I've been reading Fingerman now for almost 40 years, and like I'm only in my early 40s. This guy's got like a really like iconographic 3D Gemini tulpa. It looks like a logo or something. Oh, and it looks like Dottie or Darla or whatever her name is in this, finds her own demon, which is like a little version of herself. Cool. Oh my, what's going on here? Is this some production art? Oh, this is probably what all the different characters are making at the print shop. That's really cool. I always loved checking out people's stuff when I worked at a print shop. You know, you get a real glimpse into their soul. Honestly, at times it felt even more revealing and personal than when I worked at a porn store and saw what everyone was renting. Well, there you have it. A sneak peek at Printopia by Bob Fingerman. And for the art alone, man, this is a steal at $25. It's beautiful, it's grimy, there's a ton of variety, and it's well made. Like Matt Groening says, it's brilliantly written, masterfully drawn, and funny as hell. I assume it's funny as hell. Bob Fingerman always delivers the laughs. So go pick it up from Cosmic Lion Productions, or you can order it to your local comic store. You'll find the links in the show description. All right, so I want to thank Bob Fingerman for sending me his new book, Printopia. Looks great. I really look forward to reading this and getting Bob on Nostril Zone AM for an interview sometime in the coming weeks. And if you've got anything you want me to look at, get in touch, and you too can send me some Schnozzolamail.
It's the mailman. The mailman. Someone wrote another note. There's a letter in your box today.